Well, now, after a while, we went out, we got, well, actually, no, I'm not even going to talk about that at the moment. I think the reason why we went out originally was because we were bringing home the 4D56 blocks for Pajero, and it is back in one piece. It looks pretty okay. Actually, I wonder if I can rotate the cameras. Let's see, swap camera. Yes, I can get a better view of it. And we brought home this. Now, Dad's been looking at it and saying rear Welsh plug. That's not the rear Welsh plug. He reckons it was replaced. It doesn't look like it got replaced. Not by the shop that did some work on it. A little bit of surface rust. I'm feeling a bit exhausted. But, the guy decked my dad's block. Mate, he looks like he did a better job with his block than mine, but maybe mine was done pretty good as well. So, this is all ready to go now. This engine's done. And guess what? I got some extra good news. So, if anyone's been looking at my videos recently, they will see I made a video this morning about this gear being really fucked up. Well, guess what? Good news, I got a new gear. Now, this is actually solid. It's the exact same gear. It's for a 4D55B, apparently. So it's a 4D55, but it's the exact same gear that I need to get mine good. But this is protruding valve type. So this is valves protruding from the head, and this gear meshes up to this one here. I've cleaned it up a little bit, gotten all the grease off. I was thinking about painting it, but now I'm thinking I need this running. I don't need to be pretty about everything. But on the road today, we were talking I'm talking about rebuilding the engine, and I'm like, I got this idea of what would look cool on this engine for if I rebuilt it, and it was the idea of like seeing this shit actually through the engine bay, like open the engine bay open and see all these rotating components going. And I was thinking that would be so cool. And so there's ideas going through my head at the moment for what we could do with this engine, with this driveline. And yeah, so I'm thinking about when I can afford to rebuild it, making it not just a rebuild, not just rebuild it. The idea is to rebuild it in a way that will get, you know, marine enthusiasts like, oh my god, that looks so cool, and make it actually really cool for what it is. So I got lots of things I'm gonna have to do. I can't exactly stay alive for long. As you see, I've started pulling things apart. I should turn off the radio and the lights, I guess. I had a coffee not too long ago. It's not gonna keep me going, but I gotta turn on the lights and I gotta start doing some work again in a second. The problem with this car is there's a bolt behind the power steering pump, which is back here. You need 12 to get back there. You don't really have much room between the hose here and hitting here and over here. And then to pull it, you need to get around this big hose here, which is easier if you take it out. But I don't want to take everything out. I want to do as simply as possible. So leaving that alone is just saving me some time and effort and energy. But it also takes time and effort, and it takes energy just trying to get that out. So I'm a bit tired from that. So, we're getting closer. Not there yet. I'm just thinking what is next. And I'm checking that gear because I don't think that one's stuffed, but it could be. And I'm like, if that gear there is stuffed, then I'm in trouble even more so than before. So I'm just in a mood of thinking, what's the next step? So the next step is I've got to crack this bolt. So that means a good thing I didn't put everything back together again. It means I got to take the timing cover off again. And I actually can see some good news. The good news is the seal's still in the head, and it stayed with that. So it means I can quickly, easily goop that up a little bit there and goop it up a bit at the back, and then just put it down after cleaning those spots a little bit. Now, I don't need much goop. It lasts a while doing it like that. So, okay. So what is the next step in order for me to make more progress? Hopefully I don't have to take any of the cam gears out. The thing is, there's normally like a flat spot in the cam which can lock it up while it's in there, and it's apparently at that point there. And I don't know how I'm going to do it because it's just really tight, and this is not going to be easy. Anyway, like I said, I'm not feeling the greatest. I'm tired, actually. Apparently, the yawning means I'm tired, and I do feel kind of a little bit tired. That I need to stop doing these videos. I need to start finishing off this job. I actually have an idea that I got from who I'm lending my camera to people at school, well, roughly school. It's in the community, to use it for like live streaming events, and they've found a way to do it. And I'm like, maybe I should do that with my camera. I should actually get a capture card, hook it into the camera, and then film things as I'm doing them. Then I can do videos like this, but with the camera on the tripod. But you know, you have to be good at the stuff already in order to make it work. So it's better off just making normal videos and uploading them, maybe doing live streams every now and then, like with the phone or something else, and making people aware, hey, I'm making a video, and that's kind of cool, maybe, and doing things like that. We'll see. I mean, I don't know whether people like these kind of videos, working on engines and stuff, and knowing the things can go wrong and why you should do things properly. And I don't know if I can bring something different to the table or something new. All I know is, this is my scenario. Everything goes wrong, and I'm on a very tight budget. So I guess tight engine repairs where you want to do things properly, but, you know, on a very tight budget. My leniency for the month, this is how tight I am. The leniency for the month, even though I'm working, is about $80. And that $80 could be my fuel money, and it could be a spare part or something breaks. So if my engine blows up this month, my leniency to get it going again is $80. So I'd have to pick up an engine for $80, install it, and then hope to hell it doesn't have leaks or anything fucking wrong with it. And then use what resources I've already got in order to service it and do whatever I've got to do to it. And that is why I didn't buy a new oil filter for my car, because $80, $60 for a new oil filter. I'm not buying a new oil filter. That can go in the bin. You know, that's how I have to play my cards. I have to play my cards very tightly and very conservatively as possible, because things aren't easy. Things are very, very tight. And the only enjoyment I've gotten out of my life so far has been having lunches with a really good friend, because that's the only sort of outing I've ever really gone on. It's the only time I've ever really had friends or anything. So that's been really, really enjoyable. And it's very hard to get mad with this friend, even though they sometimes can, you know, bother you a little bit in an interesting way. It's like they don't intentionally do it, and you know it's not intentional, but somehow you just feel hurt, and you don't know why. You can't put your finger on it. Anyway, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you guys for your support and watching. I might think about, depending on the scenario, we'll see what happens and see what we can do. But for now, I'm just going to keep going with my car and treating it like it's just me and my car and no one else, because it's how it actually is, because I can't rely on anyone but myself to get this going. Simple as that. So anyway, take care, thank you very much, and goodbye.